What is up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. It's just Bailey and I today. Today we are going to do a complete walk around of the Overland build. If you guys have followed this channel for the last couple months, you guys would have seen us build not only the Jeep, but also the homemade Overland trailer. And obviously I still have a lot to do on both of these things. I got some plans. But I've been a part of a few Facebook groups and a few people want to know more about the build. So I wanted to make a video and be able to point them to, hey, go to YouTube, watch this video, gives them a complete in-depth walk around of the build. If you guys want any more in-depth questions on the build or answers for the build, put them down in the comments. I'll see what I can answer. Or you guys can go back, jump on the Overlanding playlist. I believe there's 6 videos for the Jeep Liberty after we just put the winch on, and I want to say 2 or 3, maybe 4. I'm not 100% sure if I have posted the 4th one when we built the bike racks yet, but that should be coming. Let's walk around this thing, see what we can find, and see what you guys think. Again, if you have any questions, put down in the comments and I'll try to answer them the best I can. So as soon as I was going to come out here and actually do this walk around video, there's been some construction workers there pulling an old scoreboard out of the old football field across to my house. But we'll try to do the walk around even though they're working. So we'll start on the outside for the walk around. We'll start with the vehicle. This is a 2007 Jeep Liberty Limited. It's basically their highest trim level package for a Jeep. More or less just gave them heated seats and leather. That's about all it did. It is 4-wheel drive, high, low, range, and then also part-time 4-wheel drive. Right now it's sitting on all stock parts. It's not the ones in the factory because I redid a lot of the suspension components, upper control arms, lower control arms in the back, a few other things in the front. Got a new CV axle in the front. So it's all sitting on stock parts right now, but a lot of them have been changed out. Put down in the comments right now how many miles you think are on this thing. I'll give you guys a couple seconds here to go down and put how many miles you think is on this thing, and then I'll tell you how many miles are actually on it. So there's actually only 108,000 miles on this thing. This is from a deer hit from my coworker that hit it a while ago. Eventually we're gonna put on a full front bumper, but I haven't quite decided how we're gonna do that yet. We'll start with the wheels. These wheels are off of a late 90s Jeep Cherokee. We are missing a few lug nuts. I have been pointed that out in a few videos now. They're sitting on just some Goodyear Endurance highway tires. I'm waiting for these to wear down, and then right before winter I'm going to throw some all-terrains on there, probably similar to the ones that are actually on my squad car over there, because those things are very, very good in winter. So they're sitting on, I believe, a 235 70R 17, I believe is the stock size for those. We're probably going to put a lift on, bump the tire size up a little bit. And yeah, these wheels they're just cheap wheels that have some spray paint on them, but I think it looks pretty good with the black. You can see a little bit of weather checking starting on the wheels. Gonna be getting that switched out as well. Continuing with the outside of the Jeep, you'll notice that the roof is gold and the rest of it's black. This car originally used to be gold. I'll pop up a picture right here of the day we brought it home with the bumper tied up with a charger. This is not paint. This is bed liner. This is a cheap Walmart Rust-Oleum bed liner. Covered pretty well. Took a couple coats. It's more or less one to help with rust prevention, two. Going through the trails, you don't have to worry about scratching stuff up. And who wants a gold Jeep? I mean, it literally looks like a grandma car. It still kind of does, but it really looks like a grandma car. So that's what the paint is on the outside. This is all just black spray paint. I'm gonna dub in a picture right here of an idea that I had for this thing to paint it tan and black. Put down in the comments what you guys think. Maybe I'll do a poll or something, we can see what you guys think of that look. Again, continuing on with the outside. This had a stock roof rack on it. I used some scrap angle iron, some tubing, and I welded together and bolted together a roof rack called the rooftop tent using the same exact mounting locations as the stock roof rack. I didn't know if it was going to be strong enough, but this thing has proven to be more than strong enough. On the rack, I also took some extra, these are the cargo rails out of the back of a second gen Tacoma that I had laying around after my Tacoma got totaled. And then these are just some rhino clips that you pull off and just bolts right in there. And this is obviously just a cheap True Built shovel from L&M. And it is raining. That's cool. On the back here, I built a custom mount for the max tracks. This used to actually be mounted using these mounting points right here to that in the back of the Tacoma. This is just some window trim to help protect this back window so it doesn't hit this metal and break, especially when it gets cold. And then we took advantage of some cables and everything too to keep this thing pretty sturdy. Stock spare tire, same size as the rest of them. And then just a cheap little cover off of Amazon. Thought this one was kind of funny, so that's how I put that on there. Continuing around to this side, we have some alley lights or area lights, however you want to call them. I call them alley lights because that's what our squad cars have on them. That is wired into the battery. On this one, these are the Nylite 3-inch puck brands. You take advantage of these cables right here. You switch them out with, I believe the other one is right somewhere up under there. And it runs off the same power that the 36-inch bar that's connected to the front runs off the same power for that. I'm probably going to switch this over to the DeWalt system here at some point, and I'll kind of show you more on that when we get to the trailer. But that is a 36-inch Nylite bar. Don't let the cheap light bars fool you. The thing is super bright. That one also survived the Tacoma rollover, along with the extra one that's sitting up on my shelf up there. They used to be on the front bumper, but we switched them out with those. I do have some ditch lights here as well. These are more of the 3-inch Nylite lights as well. Do a very, very good job of lighting up the ditch because these stock headlights are not awesome. Moving to the front again, obviously stock headlights with some plasti dip for the angry eyes look. These are pretty much the fake New Harbor Freight ones that you can get at obviously Harbor Freight or online. They are from Amazon. They're fairly bright. I figured they would be more yellow. They're definitely more green. I'm excited to test them in the winter to see how they are because the snow and everything, the yellow and the green lights sometimes help you see a little bit better. This is a 2,500 pound Polaris winch that I have not quite finished installing yet because I need to get the remote from Polaris. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, why would you put a 2,500 pound winch on a, I don't even know how heavy this car is. I'll put it right here how much this car weighs before all the accessories. My answer to you is it was free. I don't have a wheeler I would want to put it on. So there's another one that's already on that one. It's 2,500 pound winch. I have never gotten stuck in this thing to the point where I needed a winch. We have the max tracks, and I also like to go trail riding with buddies and stuff like that. So this is more or less for moving trees off the trail, getting four-wheelers unstuck, stuff like that. It is mounted directly to the frame. You guys check out part 6, see how I mounted all this stuff. And again, I just cut the stock bumper because it's already cracked over here. No harm, no foul in cutting that and making it fit. So that is the winch for a four-wheeler that we made work for the Jeep. This Jeep is also what they consider trail rated, and I thought this was just kind of a gimmick thing, but Jeep actually does do tests on their vehicles, and they have to actually earn the trail rated badge. So this thing actually is considered trail rated by Jeep. Go ahead and check out Jeep YouTube channel for more videos regarding that. I think they have some stuff on the new Jeep Cherokee Trailhawks that they put on there as well. I did put on a few decals. Obviously, you guys are watching this video on Off-Trail Destinations. Gotta make sure I rep the channel. I thought the bear sticker was kind of neat, and there's also a bear sticker on the trailer. And then I did print this out too, just Quest Overland. Found a cool design online. I thought it was really cool, and I thought it kind of matched the rest of the Jeep as well. This tent is a Ironman 4x4 rooftop tent classic. I'll dub in a picture right here of what it looks like all set up. It is the flip up version. It's not the quick snap up version like we're seeing on a lot of the new builds. This was on the back of the Tacoma, and before that it was on a Toyota FJ that I bought it from the guy who owned the FJ. So this thing's been on a few vehicles. If you have more questions about the tent, I can certainly do a walk around on the tent as well. Go ahead and put that down in the comments, and I can answer any questions on that. But yeah, let's move into the inside of the Jeep now. Going into the inside of the tent, we have jumper cables because this thing like never gets driven and the battery seems to go dead. Just car seat for Brooks. Back seats, your typical leather seat. This thing's in need of a deep cleaning, but we never really use this thing, and we do, it's usually off-road, so it usually gets muddy. Plenty of room for Bailey. Not a whole lot of room for bags and stuff like that, which is part of the reason we had to build the Overland trailer for a family of 3 and a large German Shepherd. Jeep definitely did not put a whole lot of money into the interior in terms of like features. So there's not a whole lot to it. Up here, we do have a holder for sleeping bags and whatever else we want to shove up there. This thing's sagging a little bit lower than it usually is, but I'll look into that in a little bit. Moving to the front, again, not a whole lot of features in this thing. Extra tourniquet in here. Jeep does have heated seats, which is kind of neat. I did wire in my custom switch panel, which is a super simple way of doing this. Roof lights are up here. Side lights are obviously those right there, and then the bumper lights are the green looking ones on the front. There's a lot of lakes up here, so this is a window breaker along with a seatbelt cutter, and that's just zip tied right in there. Moving inside the Jeep here, got our ducts. Can't forget about the ducts. Those are some of the most important things about Jeep builds. Stock head unit, stock AC controls. Like I said, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, part-time with high and low range, which is really nice. It does have overdrive. Most new vehicles do. Don't really need to use it very much because the trailer doesn't really weigh a whole lot. Your typical parking brake, leather seats all the way around. The smallest glove box I've ever seen in a car. In the middle console here, we just have extra headlamp, phone charger, some target ammo, and an extra short distance hole punch. This gun is part of a buddy and my little gun torture thing. We tried to put as many rounds as we could. This is a super cheap, like $180 gun. It did not do well. I do not suggest buying SCCY guns, but it works to leave in here. Small IFAC right here, along with just an extra holder for some extra diabetic stuff. It does have a sunroof, which is kind of neat. Got a MOLLE panel up here, extra knife, insurance, because unfortunately we need to have that. Up here, I have a mount drilled into the dash for my iPad. On the iPad, we usually use it for putting stuff like Onyx off-road up when we're going off-road, maps, stuff like that. And then it can all plug into this 12-volt down here. This is a dash cam as well. You can see the camera right here. Not sure if you're gonna be able to see that. Use it for, one, obviously other drivers, and 2, you can kind of see or get footage off that for trail use if anything funny happens. And then again, that's all wired in as well. Let's move over to the back of the Jeep, and then we'll move on to the trailer. Moving to the back of the Jeep now, this is what it looks like. We did have to run a hitch extension on this thing just so this could clear with the swing out open, because this does have a swing out. And then an 1 7/8 ball on a rise hitch. I'm hoping once I get the lift on this thing, we can go back to a normal size lift, because this is quite the look when you're going down the road. Pulls surprisingly well, more or less because this thing doesn't weigh anything, but it does look a little janky. Swing out does clear the top of the trailer. I wasn't sure if it was going to do that right away, but it does. So let's move inside the Jeep here, and we will show you all of that kind of stuff. In order to get into the Jeep, you have to unhook these. Just throw them up on the top. And pull, and she's locked. Automatic locks, that's another cool thing Jeep put on these things. So you open it up. The shocks in the window are shot. I actually just ordered a new set off Amazon. So until the new ones come in, take advantage of a vice grip, which holds the window up just fine. So this is the swing out stock from Jeep. I added the net in here. Obviously I don't think Jeep's going to use drywall screws. It's more or less just to hold like towels, X-grip towels, stuff like that. I had Brooks's life jacket in there for a little while. But this is a custom built drawer system that I built. And then Courtney, Brooks, and I put all the stickers on there, Mod Podged all the front of it, and then I put the handles on as well. This one holds a lot of our extra kitchen stuff, plastic silverware, extra garbage bags, coffee cups. Inside here is a bunch of utensils, some extra pots and pans that we don't need in the house. This one, I guess, is full of our targets, looking for those. These are more of our comfort items here, fans from the tent, lights, insect repellent, got a hatchet in here, paper towels, Bluetooth speaker, extra DeWalt battery, and I'll kind of show you what we use that for in a little bit here. I believe there's a machete in there as well. I do have a bunch of these little pump lights, which are magnet, and they go and they magnet right here. One there, and there's actually one on the tent as well. They actually provide quite a bit of light. They're from good old Wally World. Do have a fire extinguisher mounted in here with a mount. I have a 2-place Ozark Trail propane stove here as well for cooking. I have a buddy heater, extra tent. That is a shower for outside. Again, extra tent. A little bit of storage here, and then a hammock as well. This is a power outlet that runs off the battery, so eventually when I buy a Dometic fridge, there'll be a Dometic fridge here, because as well as I usually keep a 5-gallon thing of water, which is actually empty right now because we're not going camping. It's just sitting in the garage with a little spot on it as well. I'll kind of dub in a picture up here of us using the kitchen. You'll see it in there as well. It's a pretty simple solution to the water. Again, little attic for the sleeping bags. We usually shove blankets and stuff up there. And there's some cheap little Molly stuff here as well. You can hook stuff in. I haven't really hooked a whole lot in there because usually we have Brooks and there's more than enough storage when we have the trailer. Let's move on to the outside of the trailer. This originally started as a 4x6 car trailer, and car is C-A-R-R. I'll dub in a picture right here what it looked like. This used to serve as my dirt bike hauler until I upgraded the pickups. I used to have a Scion TC. I'll dub in a picture right down here of what that looked like when I used to haul dirt bikes with this thing. It was sweet. Like it honestly was pretty cool. But 4x6 trailer, the original size, and these are about half the wheel size that these are. So this has an axle flip done. And then these, I believe, are tires off of a boat trailer, or wheels and tires off of a boat trailer, painted Bobcat orange to really be obnoxious as possible. It is fully built out of 1/8" angle, which you'll notice a lot. 1/8" angle I use on pretty much every part of this build because it's super accessible, and I don't have a ton of tools in terms of being able to cut stuff. I don't have a miter saw, nothing like that. So the angle grinder does really well at cutting those, and you can get them pretty straight with them as well. So the entire thing is built out of 1/8" angle. This is 3/4 inch sheathing with bolts gone through all the way, siliconed, and then covered in a Rust-Oleum oil-based gray paint. For a while there, we had some issues with some water getting in when it would rain, like it's doing right now. That has since been fixed. Eventually, I'm going to have to go through, put in a new piece of wood right here, and I believe this is the only piece of wood that needs to be replaced at some point, but I'll get to that when I get to that. On the front, we have a 10-pound propane tank with a long enough hose to reach back to our little countertop here. On top, we have a Flambeau case on top. Eventually, I'm going to upgrade this to a Harbor Freight Apache one. We'll get there when we get there. This is basically just full of recovery gear and tent gear as well. Another extra hitch tightener, deflate kit, soft shackles, and then everything obviously for the tents. This is a 2-gallon gas jug for the Jeep as well. This thing has a pretty decent sized tank, but just in the off chance that I wasn't paying attention, extra 2 gallons of gas here. We can put it also is kind of nice for starting fires. On top, we have 2x2 tube that comes up, welded and bolted to 1/8 inch angle to a Harbor Freight roof rack. I think they're like 80 bucks online. We usually throw stuff like the paddle boards up there, other random stuff. It's more for kind of whatever we need it for, is why it's up there. I have more of the Tacoma rails over here with the stock Tacoma tie downs if we ever need to put anything on the back. This is bedline back here as well for a little more grip if we do throw anything up here, and also for walking on. This certainly is a little bit better grip, especially when it gets wet, than this oil-based stuff is here on the side. Let's move to the back. These clamps are off of Amazon. I believe they're zinc plated, so they don't really rust. There's total overkill for how much these things are actually holding. There's another one right up there. My camera will ever adjust. Before we go in there, I guess, bird crap, so that's cool. I did print off some decals for Onyx Off-Road and that cool bear thing that I was talking about earlier. Hi, Bailey. Moving inside the trailer here, we have another storage net right here, as well as inside the trailer is fully painted, spray foamed, and siliconed. That box up there is for firewood, 5-gallon pail for using the bathroom along with a toilet seat. The annex to the tent is in there. That's that extra room. I'll kind of dub in a picture right here of what that looks like. This is for one, stability for the top of the tent or top of the trailer, as well as kind of helps hold everything together. And we are going down the trail, as well as kind of keeping gear separate. It's a tackle box, a bunch of chairs that I was too lazy to put back into bags. Up there, we'll get to that, but that's a drawer that folds out over there. But this is kind of the cool thing over here. So this trailer is equipped with shore power hookups that I put in here. I got these off of Amazon as well. You'll notice a lot of the build parts for this build are Amazon. So if we're ever at a campground with plugins, we simply grab our cord, plug it into that little hub, and then this runs around to a power strip, which charges. We have a DeWalt battery charger and then a bunch of open outlets where we can hook up whatever we need to hook up. Like I was saying earlier with the DeWalt battery in the back, this entire trailer runs off 20-volt DeWalt batteries. So there's a massive power switch right here. You turn that on. It's going to run through here, and I'll pop this open so you can see the inside in a second. It has lighting all the way around. These lights are actually for the inside of a truck box that we made work in here. This bottom one, turn it on, and it is actually more alley lights for over here, which is another reason I want to get those running on DeWalt batteries as well. Very easy. I'll turn the master off here. Very easy install. This is for those Power Wheels cars that I just made work for here. I'm not an electrician by any means, but I can watch enough YouTube videos to figure out how to make it work. Goes into a voltage regulator to drop these down to 12 volts because these are all on 12-volt systems. Low voltage disconnect going into a fuse bus, and then obviously just a simple toggle switch panel which runs all the lights in this thing. Get this hook back up, leave that there, and we'll move up to that drawer up there. All right, so we will start with the bike racks. These bike racks are a bunch of scrap, 1/8 inch angle, if you'd believe it. Measured out and made so we can fit the tires within there, and then they bolt up to a piece of not 1/8 inch angle, just 1/8 inch regular steel, to a piece of 1/8 inch angle. These all need to be sanded down and painted. I guess I never did that. To a rhino clip that holds the frame piece of the bike. I'll kind of show you what this one looks like. Again, bike tires sit in these front things really well. Mounts come right off the trailer to a rhino clip here. These things do not move. Like, the whole trailer is moving right now. So that's how the bikes are held on there. They've never even come close to falling off, nor will I think they ever will. It does make the trailer a little bit wider, but this trailer is so skinny, it's completely legal. This is actually part of the ramp from the original trailer that used to hook up right here, that I cut down, and using the stock holds right here, made a drop down counter. I'll kind of show you how that works. This is connected to the rack. Drop this down, hooks in there, and you have a nice little counter just off some door hinges. It's definitely not the like, I wouldn't sit on it, but like for like cooking and stuff, more than sturdy enough. Moving into the drawer system we have here. Before we get in there, I guess use some extra license plates I had, threw stickers on them to make it look a little less trashy. This is to help with the water, because the water comes across and it falls down. That way it doesn't get into the top of here. This is a, yep, still squeaky. If you watched the first video, you know it's still squeaky. This is a drawer we built for storage. I guess right now it's just a bunch of most definitely stale snacks. Extra table cloth, citronella candle. Put in the comments if you think those things actually work, because I'm not convinced they work. Some extra water along with an additional piece of countertop there. Usually we run a propane thing over the top, runs to the stove over there. More than enough cooking area, especially with a lot of the places we're going. We have tables, whatever else as well. Any other top of the trailer if you need that as well. I'm gonna close this up before rain gets in there, and I'll bring you back in just a second. Thank you guys for checking out this walk around of my 2007 Jeep Liberty Limited Overland build, along with the Overland trailer. I have a feeling this is going to be a very long video, so if you made it to this point, thank you. And if you made it to this point, also check out Instagram, go to Off Trail Destinations to keep up with the channel. A lot more pictures and stuff posted there of our travels, if you would say, with these things, along with other projects, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, whatever else we do on this channel. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you guys want to be notified when the next videos come out. Other than that, hope you all have a good day. Later.